Hey, beauties, good afternoon to you. Listen to me now, beautiful people. I know, life experiences will teach you to become less judgmental and more compassionate and more understanding. So, I parked my car, across from church, and I walked over with my mother, and I saw somebody, in a car, and the face kind of looked familiar. But I don't like to just stare people down because sometimes they can read it wrong, and but although they talk about you have glance, you have stares, you have a look, and people can tell based on how you look on them. The nonverbal cues speak loudly. They can be deafening. You can know if somebody's for you or not, but sometimes you can actually miss it and think that they don't like you and they do like you, and you can think they like you and they don't. And one of the reasons, if I look at somebody and they look familiar, I try not to stare because I don't want you to misread it, to make it the wrong impression. So sometimes I look on and look off, and I may realize it is you. I may not realize it is somebody that I know, and you will probably see somebody that we have mutual connection with, and say, the one Toni-Ann see me, look on and look off, and acted like she didn't see me. No, beautiful people. Sometimes I think I can tell you in my case, I don't, as I said, I don't like to stare on people. And sometimes, if it's someone that you have not seen in a while and it's not a great friend of yours, they may not be recognizable instantly. It's after your brain sends a message. Wait, this is the individual. Sometimes I'll turn back and say, "Oh my goodness, I am so sorry," you know, and you think that they looked on and acted like. So many times when we say, so the person look at me and acted like it, maybe they didn't really know, realize it's you. I'm not saying that there are cases when it's not so, but I'd rather to give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes you look different, because people change nowadays. People do BBLs, they put on weight, they lose weight, they have on makeup, wigs, all sorts of things, that they don't look readily recognizable if you don't have a very familiar face. I have other familiar faces, so people tend to remember me from prep school, high school, on the road. So I often say to people, I can't do certain things in life because they would catch me a long time. Because no, sir, I don't know if my eyes are what? I mean, nose, but it's me. But I keep doing that. Like I look and I look off, and I might not give myself a little time to say, wait, is Jane that? Is Jill? Is Tom the Curry? Yeah. So people, give people the benefit of the doubt. It may not be a case where they're acting like they don't know you. Sometimes they may even, let us say hypothetically, they're doing that. It may not necessarily be what you think, like they're acting as if they're better than. Sometimes they're going through a tough time and they don't want anybody to really ask them anything about it. So they kind of just hide themselves away. So it's not so much about you. Many times we think it's really about you. Hardly, maybe that's like 5% at the times. Maybe oftentimes the people don't recognize you. It has a register to them that is you, especially if they have not seen it in a while, or they're going through a tough time and they really don't want to. If they know that it's somebody who has not seen them, may start, how is this one, how is that, how is the other. you know Nowadays, what I do, even if I've gotten wind about your life story, I am very compassionate. I will not ask you anything. If you're somebody who is married and you're no longer, may not ask you. If you whatever, would you some kind of a strange, I am not asking. If you volunteer, you volunteer. The only way I will do that, if we were very very close and maybe we just didn't get to see each other, then I probably will do that. But outside of that, so people, give people the grace. If somebody, you call to them, if you realize, oh wait, Tony, I never see me. I said no. So I was standing beside somebody today, and because I don't like to stare. The person, hey, I say, hey, my darling, I didn't know it was you, right? Because I don't like to look. As I said, I don't want you to misread my look and all of that. And some people feel away, like they're wondering why you're looking at them, you know? So I tend not to do that. And you do have people like that. So it behooves you to call to them, to be the courteous one, because sometimes they can even, some, as I said, I looked at the lady, I don't know if I recognize, I don't know if I know her, and I said, boy, if I know her, I never called to her, boy, we have to just take that one. I hope she doesn't think that, but I just really didn't want to stare too long because she's in her car. The car is, it's not like the car tinted, but it's not that clear. So I would have to be steering her down, and she's going to be wondering why I'm doing that. and so on. I could simply say, oh, I thought it's somebody I know. Sometimes I don't feel like doing that. So I just move on. So maybe, I don't want to say it's a weakness. I probably going to have to choose that road. Give people the grace. Don't make the assumption that they're acting as if they're better than. Again, sometimes if they don't call you, it's not a matter of because they're behaving as if they're better than you. It could be that they're going through a tough time, and or if they know that they have changed and they're not looking good physically, they feel very cute and vulnerable and embarrassed, and they just don't want anybody who knows them to recognize them. Worse yet, if you look good and they don't. So it can be a case like that. In cases like that, if I recognize them and I see like them really, really trying to avoid me, I do not take it personal. Because I said I can't. By looking on and you see what the problem could be, I say I understand. All right, guys, I give people the grace, please. Guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message. Thank you.